right. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Check 1, 2, check 1, 2. Yeah. Ouch. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of the AfroMattt Show. I'm your host, AfroMattt. And today is a Tuesday. It's Tuesday. It is July 18th. And we are back and better than ever. Honestly, it has been a spicy meatball of a week. So I mean, honestly, I have a lot of TikToks for this. This episode has a lot of TikToks because TikTok, it is crazy. The I don't even want to go into it right now. The brain rot that has happened on that app is absurd. So, you know what? Let's just start it. Let's start it with the TikToks. There is a new mind-boggling trend on TikTok. They call them e-beggars or like e-panhandlers. That like TikTok panhandlers is literally what they are. So it started with this girl. Her name is Pink Candy or something. What's her name? It's this lady.
Yeah, strong woman.
So her name is Pinky Doll. So it's like a weird, like, what's it called? Uncanny Valley, where you're like, is this person an AI? Because every time you donate, so in TikTok while they're live, you can donate like roses and hot dogs, and they all have a different like dollar value, like whatever. And this person, I don't even know if they're a real person. This person, Pinky Doll, sits on live TikTok for hours at a time, 5, 6, 7 hour, 8 hour shifts. And she just gets a constant stream of donations, and she just says, "Thank you for the rose. Thank you for the rose. Thank you for the rose." Like she's a robot. Literally, like she's triggered by the alert, the donation, and then you'll see. So it is the strangest thing. And she has made so much money. To put into perspective, this video that I clipped right now is she has 13.5 thousand people watching live, and she has 420,000 likes. So it's absolutely crazy. This girl makes somewhere between $50,000 and $60,000 a live stream a day just doing this, and I'll play it. So here we go.
Grab. Yeah, strong woman. Yeah, strong. Take your Tony. Can I eat it? So cute. Balloon. Take your Anna. Take your Maya. Hey. Take your Anna, take your Jolan, take your Anusti, take your Rika, take your Jolan, take your A, take your...
So she's like, thank you, Jolan, thank you, Jolan, thank you, Anna, thank you, Anna, thank you for the bubbles,
Emma, take your Maribel, ice cream so good, gang, hey, balloon, hey! Oh, thank you, baby. This is so cute. Thank you, Tony. Watermelon.
I mean, what? So she got donated.
Thank you, Tony. Watermelon. God, amazing. Hey, take your Shimmer. Slay, huh? Cash. Grab. Yeah, strong woman. Ice cream so good. Yes. Hey, cash. Yes, popcorn. Yes. Hey, leave the dog alone. Yes, strong woman. Yes.
So she's not a robot because there's dogs happening. Dogs are fighting in the background. So, someone just donated a giant pearl. This is a lot of money here.
Arrête. Hum. Yes. Hey, take your Tony. Oh, jellyfish.
So someone sent her a galaxy. This galaxy is worth like $15.
Pearl for me. Give it to me.
A pearl for me. Give it to me.
Thank you for the galaxy. I got your name. Wow, a lot of gift for you. Balloon. Arrête.
Thank you for the galaxy. I got your name.
Cash, Gracie. Oh, special. Gracie.
So I mean, she's getting really mad at those dogs. But so this trend has just recently like surged in popularity. People are calling them AI beggars, TikTok beggars, panhandlers, the internet panhandlers. So literally, I watched one video that I recorded. The second I started scrolling on TikTok Live, it was like an infinite stream of those people. So I scrolled for I'm not even kidding, probably 2 hours just looking at these people, and it is shocking. It is shocking. So here we have this guy is dressed as Miles Morales in broad daylight at the mall, acting like I mean,
don't think I should use that right now. King of New York. Shooting threes in the shooting threes in the shooting threes in the shooting threes in the chat. I see. Oh man, strawberries.
Like this is a real guy. This is a real person.
Those sound really good. Shooting threes in the chat. I see. Man, I wish I had my ball right now. Man, I wish I had my ball right. Man, I wish I had my ball. GG, my boy. GG, my boy. Hey, thanks for the rose. I'll make sure I give those to Peter. You're supposed to teach me. Want to see me flex, do you? First gifter. Shooting threes in the chat, I see. Bet you can't beat me. Hey, want to see me flex, do you? Hi, I'm Miles Morales.
Like there's cars going by him. This guy has 8K people watching him, 400,000 likes, 370,000 likes. It just absolutely blows my mind. This is so fascinating to me, and I do not know why. I was dying laughing. Well, the next one you'll know why I was, but like I was just kind of like mouth agape, looking at these, gawking at whatever is happening here. This is what streaming was made for. This right here. Oh, thank you. Hello. Thank you, Jayle. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Oh, the galaxy just for me. I got your name. Threes in the chat. GG, my brother. Like, God, I just don't know. And like, there's people donating. People donate to these people. So these people are getting money. They're getting paid. Sure, TikTok takes a cut, but they're getting paid. So people are donating to these. And I think that the people donating might be even worse than these people. I mean, it's pretty low panhandling. This guy's not only panhandling on the streets, he is recording himself live panhandling in real life, which is like double panhandling. It is absurd. It is absurd what is happening. And I don't know if this is like, maybe going to become the norm. Like, I kind of respect it because I have taken this stance before where if you're going to be homeless, at least do something interesting. Give me a reason to give you money. I don't know if these people are really if saying like the same thing over and over again is enough to pay you, but I mean, what's going on TikTok Live right now is absolutely crazy. This guy.
Whew. Hey, love you too. I hate July. Whew. I hate. Whew. I hate July. Whew. It's a big, big world out there, but I'm only defending New York.
So I really don't know. And then you have people like this, an absolute maniac beast of a pig.
Go
here.
long and good.
So I mean, this is like it happened pretty quick. Anyone will do anything. I think what I really learned from this is there is no depth to the degradation of someone's, whatever. There's no depths at which a human will go to get that bag. This guy is dressed as a pig. He's probably 300 pounds. That's being generous. This guy's huge. And he is panhandling live in front of all of his Funko Pops. So here we go.
Ow, I like roses.
And Sure, yeah, this guy is probably doing it ironically, but you can't really even do this ironically. You can barely do this ironically because if you do this for more than 30 seconds, you're no longer unironic. Or you're no longer ironic. You are unironically doing this. You are live, dressed as a pig, accepting money from strangers. There's nothing ironic about that anymore. You have crossed the threshold where you are just a retard dressed as a pig, okay? And he's doing the thing where they're like,
I like food. I love food. Thank you for feeding the piggy. Oink, oink, oink. Oink, oink, oink. Oink, oink, oink.
So now he's just waiting for...
I like roses. Thank you. Anybody know where the nearest gym is? I like roses. I will not eat that. Hot dog! Hot dog! I love you. Hot dog! Hot dog! Hot dog!
You can hear the chair struggling beneath him. You can just hear that chair fighting for its life.
I love flowers. Thank you.
You can hear him struggling to breathe even though he's sitting down and moving. His movement is moving forward and doing hot dog.
I like lollipops. I love roses. Thank you.
Yeah, you can imagine my joy when I saw this guy because this is absolutely crazy. Like, yeah, people are like, people say that America, the country, the world is in a bad spot right now. People say that. And I look at the content that people are 13,000 people watching that type of stuff. And so like, and these were all, I was scrolling within the span of like an hour, right? So there was 13 people watching that one. There was like 8,000 watching the other. There was like a 2,000 watching the pig. So a combined, within 30 minutes, I passed 20,000 people plus watching that. It's live. Like, and I know I was actually watching them too, because out of fascination. Maybe everyone else is watching them out of fascination, but I'm like, there's people donating to these people, and it's just so, I don't even really have words. You're so, you know, I honestly think that this might be the future of like Twitch. Like Twitch content right now is like almost this, right? It's like Ninja, whatever, playing Fortnite. He gets a kill and he's like, well, or he gets a donation. Thanks for the donation. I love roses. Hot dog. Hot dog. Thanks for the galaxy. Like, these big streamers might as well be doing this. They're not too far away. Looking at chat. Thanks for the pog champs. Thanks for the pog champs. Ah. Wow. It's just like, man, I wish I could just like pause and fast forward or hop 20 years into the future and hop on Twitch or YouTube or TikTok and see what kind of like brain rot content is happening, because it's like, it's got to be good. It's got to be so juicy. It's like, in order to compete, because so many people, you ask any, and this is true, if you ask any kid nowadays what they want to be when they grow up, it's like 85% want to be a YouTuber or a TikTok star. You'll have like one kid who wants to grow up and be an architect, and then like one kid who wants to be an engineer because his parents are whatever, you know. That's like it. You ask an entire class, everyone's like, I want to be either famous or an architect. Actually, I will say that this has been, since I was in school, this has been kind of a thing. I remember one time our teachers asked what we wanted to be when we grow up, and the person next to me said he wanted to be a porn star, and that was in like 4th grade. So, I mean, things haven't been well for a while. Things have not been well for a while. So, I mean, it is what it is, but that was like 10 years ago. So things haven't been. We've been sick. We've been ill. It's been ill, and it's been a disease that's growing. It's an infestation. But things are gonna have to be so flashy or instantaneous that it's a constant just like raping of your dopamine receptors. Thank you for the explosion. Thank you for the roses. I love roses. Smell so nice. It's absolutely crazy that people will. We'll do a clip for TikTok. You want to do a clip for TikTok? I really even can't. I can't. It's just so, like, this guy ironically dressed as a pig to accept money. Like, that's funny as a bit, but you've crossed the threshold where it's a bit. And if you do it twice in a row, that's you. That's who you are. Let's see if there's any more clips of this person. What's this person's name? Pinky Doll. Let's see if there's any crazy ones. Let's search e-beggars. E-beggars. Let's see. Pinky Doll.
Yeah, strong woman. That was good. Lemonade. Yes. Fire. Meow, meow. Gang, gang. Gang, gang.
So, guys, I think we've come across the most annoying
Okay, I think I may have come across the most loud-ass, annoying video. Gang, gang. Gang, gang. Gang, gang. Thank you. Ooh, strong woman. And if you go on TikTok right now, if you have it installed, go to the live. So I'll tell you how to go to live. I didn't even know how to go to live until this. You open up TikTok. TikTok's asking me. So then you press up on the top left. It says live. You open that and then scroll for like maybe 2 seconds. You'll run into one of these. Let's see if we run into anyone. The first one.
But now I'm mad about that.
The first one I came to.
Thanks, Carly. Gang, gang.
I mean, this is crazy. The second one I scroll on.
I will fix all of this stray cat.
So, I mean, yeah. And all these people are just trying to chase the bag because they see the bag. There's really nothing that people won't do for the bag. And that's what I've learned from all this. There's no sanctity of human dignity. There's no depths at which people will go to get views. Anything for attention. Really, any attention by any means is what I've learned. It's absolutely wild. I really wanted to get that off my chest because that is one of the craziest TikTok trends I have ever seen. Not even just a TikTok trend period. Like internet. It seems like a major moment in history. Like if you are looking at content 3 years from now, you're like, yeah, this all started now. Like, that's what I think. It's like a major blip, right? All right. Let's get right into the news because we spent a lot of time going over that. But that is crazy. Do it yourself. Scroll on live TikTok. I guarantee you'll find at least one. At your own, you might get lost. You might end up on a pay pig. Fucking pay pig. It's crazy. All right, let's get right into this. We've got an update on the war. On the Russian war. So there's a war going on? What's going on in Russia? Yo, tell me a little bit about Russia and Ukraine real quick. So, cluster bombs could turn the war into Ukraine's favor. So apparently Ukraine's not doing well. Ukraine is falling behind. America, I guess, thinks that they're going to lose. So we sent cluster bombs, which I think is banned by the UN, but we sent it because it's in dire moment. But Russia said it's ready to use their cluster bombs too. So I wasn't too sure what a cluster bomb is, and I was tempted to text my friend who works at Lockheed Martin, but I don't think we're on speaking terms because of my opinion on his career choice and his personal ethics and morals and his insatiable greed maybe, but I don't know. It's up in the air. He might still come around. We'll see. Let's see. Russian President Vladimir Putin warned on Sunday that Moscow has sufficient reserve of their own cluster munitions. Look. Oh God. Is it bad to laugh at World War III, the cusp of World War III? Is it bad? Is it really that bad to laugh at it? Because it is so funny what's happening. It is honestly so funny. You have America fighting a proxy war, essentially smurfing. If you don't know what smurfing is, it's like when you play on a lower level video game account so that you can get a higher rank. Sometimes people that are really shitty at a video game will pay someone to boost their account and hop on. America is pretty much smurfing on Ukraine's account. They're just hopping on and they're committing war crimes under Ukraine's account. They got the password, they got the username, and they're just going to town. They're like, we just got out of our war in Afghanistan, and we missed the game. We missed the game. We missed the grind. This is the thing about people that are truly elite in their field. They miss it when they leave. Tiger Woods couldn't just quit. He had to come back. He got surgery. He couldn't quit the game. You can't quit the game. The game quits you. That's what happens. Tom Brady, he quit. He actually quit. And then he came back and got that ring. Then he quit. The game, you can't quit the game when you're truly a grind set, genius at your craft, which we are at war. A true genius who hasn't won a war in a long time. But we love it. It's we might not be good at it, but we love it. So we want to play and we want to get in and we want to get dirty whenever we can. So we're playing under Ukraine's account. So we're sending them munitions. Last week, I think that we sent them a bunch of fighter jets, F-15s. So we weren't really satisfied with the play pieces that they had, their toys. So we brought our own toys over. It's a full-on proxy war with Russia at this point. And I don't really see it ending well. The whole UN situation is like, no one's... I don't know how anyone can be like super thrilled about the UN, because that's just like... So there's two perspectives on the UN. The UN is one, like the New World Order, bringing all the governments under one central government. Sort of, that's the thing. Unified, centralization, globalization, shrinking the globe. But, another train of thought is the bigger they are, the harder they fall. So the idea that if you connect all the countries, then one falls, then because they're all so tightly connected in the UN, then they'll all break and fall. So it's like, it's a double-edged sword there, which is kind of a good thing. So it's like, if you want something to happen, you want it to happen to the UN, is what I'm saying. I'm not saying anything should happen, but I'm not even going to touch this anymore. I'm not even going to touch this. Russian President Vladimir Putin warned on Sunday that Moscow has sufficient reserves of their own cluster munitions and said Moscow reserves the right to use the controversial weapons for tit-for-tat actions. Well, he said it, so I can. Kyiv received a stockpile of cluster munition, of cluster bombs, weapons containing multiple explosive submunitions or bomblets. That's kind of cute. They have little googly eyes on them. Little cute bomblets. Released over a wide area. So, I heard that, cluster bombs are actually better than just one big bomb, because the big bomb, you have diminishing returns on how big it can get. It only does so much area, right? But if you make a bunch, like if you take one nuke and you make a huge nuke, it doesn't do that much more damage to just a regular nuke. Now, if you stack maybe 50 smaller nukes and drop them in a line, then you've cleared a whole, almost a whole town, a whole city, a whole country almost, So that's what we're talking here. We're talking cluster bombs. Highly effective weapons of mass destructions, which I'm all for. I'm daddy war crimes, okay? I'm Maddie B war criming. And I feel like Russia and Ukraine, it's going to be such a standstill. It seems like it's already been to the point where if there was going to be a victor, we would have had one. And now it's just like, this war is going to go on longer than the freaking, however long we were in Afghanistan fighting the Middle East and doing whatever, smoking opium with the Middle Easterns. So, I just love that. Cluster bombs could turn the war in Ukraine's favor, but Russia says they're ready to use them too. I mean, it's such an unserious country. It's such an unserious world. Unserious. Oh, a little update. So we went over this briefly when they didn't have much information on the cocaine situation.
It's investigation.
But they were searching for, if you don't know what was happening, they found a bag of cocaine on the floor or in a room on a table in the White House. And the FBI, they confiscated it. They were going to run tests on it, see whose it was. But, which, like I predicted, they didn't find anyone.
Into the discovery of a baggie of cocaine left in the lobby of the White House. The law enforcement agency says no surveillance video footage could point them to any leads, and not even advanced fingerprint or DNA analysis could help them determine who actually left it there. RJ O'Brien, who covers The Hill.
So it was Hunter Biden's. Well, we're gonna be completely honest here. You don't have to pretend like you weren't thinking it too. You don't have to get up on your soapbox and say, well, it could have been. No, shut up, stop. It was Hunter Biden's. We all know it. It's okay. It's funnier that way because, I mean, the dude's obviously not off of cocaine. He's like pacing around the White House. Anytime you see him, he's like sweating and like touching his forehead, like rubbing the back of his neck, and like he's just on edge all the time. And his dad knows him. Biden knows it. It should be people's one job to keep that man out of the White House. But yeah, they didn't find a suspect. The FBI can track you with a mask, glasses, hoodie, follow you to the edge of Arkansas for walking into the White House during an insurrection, but they can't find the fingerprints on a baggie of cocaine. It is absolutely crazy, and they're lying, which they all often do. FBI not only stands for Female Body Inspector, squeeze, it stands for foodborne illness, which is not fun. But Secret Service said the packaging was subjected to advanced fingerprint and DNA analysis. Yeah, they're making shit up. Blood did not do jack shit. Yeah, no, they did not do anything. that by advanced fingerprint DNA analysis, they held it up and, did the thing where they like dust it, and then they hold up a magnifying glass, like a big magnifying glass, and they have like one of those like spy goggles on that they used to have these spy goggles for spy kids at McDonald's, the McDonald's toy. This is what I imagine they had. They had that just like one monocle, and you have like 6 flips, and it goes flip, 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 flip. And it has like, it like ultra zooms. I imagine that. They're playing with like a spy kid's toy, looking at a bag of cocaine, with like a big plastic magnifying glass that they got out of out of a McDonald's toy. That's what they're doing. On July 12th, the Secret Service received FBI laboratory results which did not develop latent fingerprints and insignificant DNA was present. I mean, yeah, it was done. It was yeah, it was Hunter Biden's. So Hunter Biden left cocaine in the White House. I actually there was a clip. Someone, oh yeah, here it is. This was at like a press conference for the White House.
Sorry to bring up cocaine again, but you just say once and for all whether or not the cocaine belonged to the Biden family.
So, a couple of things there.
Dude, wait, here's a video of Hunter Biden tweaking out above it too, which I love.
There has been some irresponsible reporting about the family, and so I got to call that out here. And I have been very clear. I was clear 2 days.
She kind of talks like, I'm sorry to make this connection, but Obama. She talks a little bit like Obama. Sorry, let me make this clear. Let me make this perfectly clear.
So I got to call that out here. And I have been very clear. I was clear.
I have been very clear. I was very clear 2 days ago.
2 days ago, when talking about this over and over again, as I was being asked a question, as you know, and media outlets reported this, the Biden family was not here. They were not here. They were at Camp David. They were not here Friday.
Okay.
They were not here Saturday. They were not here Sunday. They were not even here Monday.
They were not here
came
Monday.
Back on Tuesday. So
they weren't here Monday, or Tuesday, or even Wednesday. I don't even know if
to
that's
ask
good,
that question
good
is actually
Obama.
Incredibly irresponsible, and
questions
I'll just
incredibly
leave it there.
irresponsible.
Okay.
It's actually incredibly irresponsible, and I can't believe you asked that. I feel like he talks really fast in the beginning and then ends it super abrupt. I can't believe you asked that. Let me be clear. Let me be perfectly clear. Barack Obama. That kind of cadence to it. But yeah, so she says that they weren't there, so it couldn't have been his cocaine. So obviously it was someone's, not theirs. Let's see. Oh God, we're coming up on 30 minutes. Damn, this episode has gone super quick. Okay. Actors join the writers on strike. So as you know, the Writers Guild have been on strike for a while. And they plan to be on strike for a long time until they get their whatever's met. I wasn't honestly not too sure on what it had to do with. So I looked it up, and someone was explaining. So the writers are striking because the WAGA, so WGA, Writers Guild of America, I guess, and the AMPTP could not come to an agreement on the terms of their collective bargaining agreement. The writers are seeking better compensation for streaming. In the past, when they have come to the table regarding their compensation for streaming, the AMPTP has argued that they were still figuring out streaming, which for the longest time was considered new media and is not anymore. So they weren't really moving the dial on it. The reason why streaming is so important is because with traditional TV, a writer on a series was working on 20 to 22 episodes so that they had work all year round, and they could always look forward to residuals on the show being sold into syndication or DVD where they would, again, get residuals. But streaming doesn't follow that model. You can get 10 to 12 episodes a season, and as streamers don't sell syndication, you don't get the additional revenue, and it doesn't or very rarely gets released on DVD. So again, nothing for writers and actors. New media has long been an issue for SAG-AFTRA as well. And the rates for the writers on streaming film is not equal to the minimums for someone who writes on a theatrical release, as streamers want to have their cake and eat it too and release their movies in theaters, albeit a limited release. Those writers should have parity with those who are paid theatrical writing rates. It affects films/shows that have not been released because there's almost always rewrites to films or shows. So if the writers are on strike, no more. Okay, so pretty interesting as far as... So I also think that it has a little bit to do about AI. So they don't want to be able to use... They don't want people to use AI to replace them, where at the same time, they also want more money. So whenever you're going against... And this is where I have a problem. And, you know, I never have a problem with someone wanting more money, but you have to know when to ask for it. And when you're going toe-to-toe with a robot that can do your job arguably better, that's how you say that, right? So if you're going toe-to-toe with a robot that, I'm going to be honest, the shows nowadays are so absolutely dog shit that if they weren't using AI, then I think that writers should be all mass executed. That's how bad they are right now. Like, they better be AI. Like, the new shows coming out better be AI. Or writers, you should go, right? If you wrote this, you should leave. So let me show you what I'm talking about. So there's a new show, Snow White. Of course, Disney is remaking because they're completely out of original ideas. Snow White live action. Because they're completely out of ideas, they have resorted to remaking every movie that they've ever made, live action with actors. And they've gone with this. So, first off, Snow White is Latina. I don't have a problem with it. Whatever. That's chill. What I do have a problem with, though, is the 7 dwarves are now homeless people. This person is in a hoodie. That is a hoodie. First off, that is 100% a hoodie. I mean, this guy looks like... he's probably dopey, and he's probably on dope. He is... probably shoots up dope. This guy is dopey. They have one midget. They have one actual midget, which, well, actually, I can't even say midget because it's a dwarf. Or actually, I don't even think it's it's like height deficient person. What the fuck? What the actual? I'm gonna stop. It's a small person, a little person, a little cute. No, okay, so you have, you know, dopey. You have a female dwarf, which I don't know, you know. And then they have this one, that one. This was sleepy. You know, dopey, of course. This one's obviously going to be dopey because he looks like... This one looks like he works at, like, Marshall's. Or they all look like they honestly work at a coffee shop. Like, this is the entire staff photo for a coffee shop. And, like, one of those cool coffee shops, though. You know, like, not a Starbucks. We're talking about one of those cool ones where they brew it themselves. And all of our Colombian beans are hand ground every morning. Okay, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck... You make coffee. Now brew. Here they are. And look, this guy in the front looks like he's... I mean, this is absolutely crazy. what kid is going to want to watch this? 7 grown adults that look nothing like dwarves, except for one who's an actual dwarf. Like, if this is not AI, I don't know what is. I actually sent this image to my brother, and he thought it was AI, but I assured him, rest assured, it is not AI. It is not AI. We are taking a different approach with these 7 characters and have been consulting with members of dwarfism community. Christ. Christ on a cross, kill me now. Strike me down now. Please, make it painless. You know, falling asleep at the wheel 100 miles an hour into the turnpike. Please. Christ on a cross, strike me down. People are making jokes about ours being PC Snow White, where it's like, yeah, it is because we needed it. Okay, great. It's an 85-year-old cartoon, and our version is a refreshing story about a young woman who has a function beyond. God, I hate everything. I really do. There's not much to like. There really isn't much to like. So, you know, back to the actors. The actors, and probably the same actors that worked on writing the new Snow White rewrite. First off, there are writers that worked on a rewrite for a show that already existed. They rewrote Snow White and added needless nonsense. And it's like, then again, I realized, I just had a moment of realization that I'm an adult screaming about Snow White. And while that's true, it's, you know, there needs to be some creativity. There seems to be no, like, what is it? Dignity or decorum. Decorum. I think yeah. Decorum is probably it. Nothing's handled with care or artfulness. Barely anything, and no one seems to have passion. There's no passion anywhere. Literally anywhere. I'm not even talking about art anymore. I'm talking about like literally anything. There's no passion. The most passionate I've ever seen someone is while they're driving and angry. Like, the only thing that gets people passionate nowadays is pure, unadulterated anger. Perfect example, I was driving to work the other day. I was turning left on a green arrow. I turned left. This guy, I guess he was turning right on his red arrow, and he swerved in right behind me. He thought I cut him off. He flipped me off, laid on his horn constantly, started following me, pulled beside me into the turning lane, which is illegal, crossing the double yellow, looked to my right, he looked to his right at me, and he flipped me off with both hands, none on the steering wheel. I was laughing, and I guess he didn't like that, pulled in behind me, slowed down, pulled back behind me, followed me to my office. I got out of my car to go into my office. He got out and he started screaming, where are you going, pussy ass bitch? Where are you? I'm right here. I'm right here. Stuff like that. And that's the most passionate I've ever seen someone about anything. It's the only thing that people get passionate about is anger and getting angry and getting mad and frustrated, and maybe that's all that we'll have in the future. Who knows? But SAG and AFTA, whatever. So the actors have joined the writers in being on strike. So I mean, it comes with great sadness that we have come to this crossroads, said Dersher during Thursday news. But we had no choice. We are the victims here. We are being victimized by a greedy entity. I am shocked by the way people, all this talk about strikes makes me remember when I read Atlas Shrugged. So Atlas Shrugged, and I'm not gonna say that Atlas Shrugged was right by any means, but it did have an interesting, and this is why it's an important book. It did have an interesting plot. The whole idea and it's a very pro-capitalist book. So take that as you will. I didn't really like it as much as I thought I was going to, but the whole idea is that in that book, all the productive members of society go on strike. So like every CEO gets together and they go on strike and they go live in a secluded territory that no one knows about. And they just live there off the land doing whatever they want, making whatever they want. They have crazy technology and shit. That's the idea in Atlas Shrugged, is that the most productive people go on strike. Everyone's so retarded. In the book, everyone's so retarded that no one can fill the space of the CEO, right? So things fall apart. The railroads fall apart. No one's doing the mining. No one's getting oil. No one's doing this. No one's doing that. Things fall apart, and they're begging. And at the end of the book, it comes down to like 2 people left, 2 CEOs left that haven't gone on strike. And everyone's like, please, you need to help us. The state actually demands that you help us because we are so lost. So the state is going to, control. Of course, you can be the CEO, but the state controls you, and we need this stuff for science, right? And the whole thing, actually an important theme about that is like science taking control of, whatever. So, and like nationalization of, whatever you make. So, and that book gets a lot of things wrong about CEOs nowadays and the amount of wealth. But it's an interesting idea. Is like, what if like the CEO of Disney went on strike? Would anything change, or would movies still get made? It's an interesting thought. I don't know. Like if all the executives went on strike. So right now the actors and the writers are worried about not getting paid, but if like if the CEO and like the other executives went on strike and just stopped making movies where there's like no writers, like, so now there's no movies, and now writers are kind of left out in the dust. You see what I'm saying? So it's like it takes 2 to tango. So what they're trying to do is get a good deal, but I'm like, well, they don't have any bargaining chips is what I'm saying, because the executives could probably quit making movies. They could hire AI, which costs bingo $0, a big fat zero, for ChatGPT to write a great script. Maybe it costs $10,000 to have someone in China reread it or whatever, or type it up and send it to you, whatever. $10,000 a year. To pay the writers, it costs a lot more, because you got to pay them, you got to probably feed them when they're on set, shit like that. So they don't really have many bargaining chips to bring to the table. So what I'm saying is that from the perspective of a CEO, they don't really have any reason to even choose the writers over anything. In their mind, they're thinking, I can make movies without you. I just need someone to film it. I need a camera, right? They don't need writers. Everything. This is a good point as well. They don't need writers because everything that gets made now was already made 3 years ago or is based off of book. Yeah, sure. Yeah, it takes some. You have to boil it down, and that's impressive. Whatever. Yeah, they did it for the Lord of the Rings. It's impressive when they did it for that because it's 3 books, whatever. But it's like when you're remaking The Lion King, you don't have to do much rewriting. It's almost a perfect movie as it is. Actually, you want to pay people to stay as far away from the script as possible is what you want to do when you're remaking that type of stuff. Sure, if you're adapting a book, it's hard, but like the movies that are being made now, the shows are so absolutely dog shit. that I really don't have any sympathy for the writers. I'm sorry. And I'm not a bootlicker for a giant corporation. I really don't hate, I really don't like millionaires, billionaires, whatever. I don't like wealth, but I cannot be on the side of writers because they make shitty ass fucking shit, and they fill these slots, and they have like quotas for how many sort of like indigenous people, and who gives a shit? Focus on writing good, and then whatever happens. And now it's like it's just so crazy. I just imagine a writer's room like that new Lord of the Rings TV show. I just imagine a writer's room where they're like, all right, now who are we going to make black? We have to make someone black. And then that becomes a conversation. They're sitting there. Everyone's kind of like, you know, someone's playing with their septum piercing. And they're just like, fuck. We didn't make any of these characters a minority. And everyone starts to panic. They're like, okay, we can make Aragorn. Aragorn could be black. We could make him black. No. He's not. This is way sooner. Oh, fuck, shit. Who do we make? And then they're all just stressing. They're running around. They're frantic. They run to their boss. They're like, there's no black people. He looks at them and dead on, looks straight in their face, and there's, what about an Asian? And then they all run back to the drawing board, and they're like, genius. That's genius. Why didn't we think about that? It's just so crazy. Like, that's probably a conversation that the writers are having, and because they're having that sort of conversation, I'm out. It needs to be about the art first, the writing first. Make a compelling story, tell something that you want to be told, and then fill it with whichever actor fits the role the best. Don't make the role for to fill a slot. That's not how you do good writing. That's not how you make a great film, right? You know, Pulp Fiction is great because of the writing. You know, it's like, it's just so crazy. And that's why I have no sympathy for the Writers Guild. I literally have no sympathy for them. What do you want from me? You're living your dream job of writing, and you're not making enough money. Boo-hoo. Who cares? You're living your dream job. Cry more. All right, here we go. So this rapper. So this rapper is pretty controversial because his raps go into a lot of detail about crimes. Not only about crimes, but how to commit them. So, I mean, I don't even know if I can really play this on YouTube. I mean, he released his video on YouTube, so I assume I can watch it, but it's crazy.
Everybody listen up. Damn, I said that last time. Listen up, I'm finna show y'all how to hit a bank. Just pay attention, this a quick way to jug in any state. First, you wanna get a bank log from a trusted site. Do your research because the information must be right. You gotta be on point, don't be sitting around trying to get high. Hit a big play, don't get booked for a petty ass crime. Do they got Verizon or they work for Sprint? You gotta know that if you wanna hit this lick, you gotta call up to the company and SIM swap that bitch. So you can get the phone calls and text message.
SIM swap, he's talking about SIM swapping.
They get. You need that so you can log in with the code. But before you do that, make sure that you don't do this wrong. Now let me find out that your dumbass tried to log in through the phone. You gotta change the location into their home. For that, you're gonna need an RDP server. It should come with their IP, you gotta plug it in the server. This might be a little hard, but it's hard being a worker. The bank will get their money back, so ain't nobody hurting. You just got in the account. Don't be getting too excited when you see the first amount. Cause there's a certain way you gotta wire all the money out. Don't be fucking up the player, you gon' sit there down and out. Now you need a runner you can wire all the money to. Make sure you break them off a good amount, they gon' want money too. You might need them for another play, let them run in for you. Some banks be asking hella questions, so it's hard to do. Okay, you SIM swap, got a runner in a bank. Now it's time for you to wipe down all the money that they made.
Absolutely crazy. So, take notes, kids. If you want to hit a lick on a bank, there's your. That's absolutely crazy. It's honestly pretty funny that he's talking step by step how to steal money from someone's bank account. Actually, so funny. Let's watch this one. We'll watch a couple more here. Oh, here's someone. Oh, this is just great. So look, like this is there anyone more insufferable than this guy? Than these two guys here? This is part of the writer's strike here. So this is Adam Ruins Everything and Hassan Piker.
Try to go shut down a Marvel shoot.
Wait, what?
They're going to go shut down a Marvel shoot.
I think the shoot that, they need more people to try to shut the gates down. So we could try to go do that if you want.
Yeah, I would love to shut down a
shoot down there.
Is it a Marvel shoot?
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Let's go.
Let me look it up.
Yes.
If we go create a picket line at this location, the Teamster trucks won't cross, and the shoot will shut down. Yeah.
So there's nothing funnier than Hassan Piker driving a McLaren to a strike. Look at him.
Yeah.
So he gets into his, this is probably a $1 million car. I don't even know what he's driving right now, but yeah, I mean, it's a sports car. This is a sports car, probably more than $100,000 easily. And he's driving to a strike. There they are. They're striking at the Marvel shoot. Shutting down the Marvel shoot.
Here, find a spot. I can explain to you what's going on here. So as you can see, there's a shoot happening right here. We're walking down from one entrance to this entrance. We're going back and forth, which establishes a picket line. And the Teamsters have honored our picket line. The trucks are not coming. So this shoot is currently shut down.
So what happens when a Teamster truck doesn't honor a shoot? Do they drive through the picket line? Because if so, I kind of want to see that. Let's see. Can we find a video of a car breaking the picket line? Truck breaks picket line. This truck is about to run them over. Oh, they're so pissed.
I couldn't understand why it was so important for you to bring a truck up in here with parts when I get run jail and on a property that the work.
I mean, that's so good. That is so funny. Oh, man. Yeah, they just need to stop. They need to stop. It's I've said a lot. I've said almost as much as I possibly can about the SAG, whatever, the Writers Guild thing. Closing arguments are you don't have any chips. You don't have any bargaining chips. They can wait you out for as long as they want. They can make shows on their own. As long as they find they can take all the money they save from not paying writers and throw it at a random film school student who wants to make a documentary and have him film it, and they can have whatever film school student wants to type into a chat GPT to make the script. They save so much money. They can probably double the salary of the film crew, like the boom mic, the film guy, the cinematographer, by not hiring writers. Like, you don't have much bringing to the table here. The shows you make are barely passable for entertainment, period. So re-question your entire life existence. Question if writing is what you need to be doing, because there's too many. There needs to be a restructuring. There's too many writers, not enough good ones. There's about 4 good writers in the whole world, right? And you're not one of them. Even if you write, the best shows, actually the best movies in the world are written and directed by the same person. So they're just their own director, right? So that's where we're at. Is stop. There's too many writers. First off, half of you shouldn't be employed. Second off, the shows you're writing are dog shit, and the teams that you're working with are retarded. Third off, the chips you're bringing to the table are not big enough. honestly, they're non-existent. And third off, honestly, I want a show written by AI because it will probably be better. My closing arguments for all of that. So, yeah. Let's see. We'll finish off with one more TikTok. This is, I've said this for so long, but Mr. Beast is evil. He is a purely evil entity. He is the mark of the beast. He is Mr. Beast. And this is him talking about some fun, some fun shenanigans that rich people get away with. It's fun.
Put someone in a room, and then as high as they count, I'll give them that much money. If you counted really quickly, it would take you 40 days to get $1 million. Put a little circle on the ground. I'm like, you can count as high as you want. As long as you don't leave the circle, I'll pay you as high as you go. They could spend 2 months in there and just count. And as long as they don't leave, I don't give a shit. If I just put this circle in somewhere like really weird, like I think they would count. But I feel like around $1 million, they'd give up.
Can you eat?
Yeah, of course. You can have your friends.
So you can count as slow as you want?
Sure. But if you go at that
2.
pace, it'll take you like 5 months. Such a good video.
So, I mean, someone on the comments, the top comment was, if people will do that for a YouTube video, imagine what kind of things rich people do behind closed doors. I think that actual manhunts happen in real life. Actual manhunts. What's more thrilling than hunting? Like, people are actually pretty intense about hunting. Like, they'll go out to the safari, Africa, or whatever, and hunt a lion. There are people that hunt real people. I guarantee it. It happens out there. That's actually a pretty good way to end it. Actually, you know what? I'll end it with her. One more time.
Yeah, strong woman. Grab. Yeah, strong woman. Yeah, strong. Take your tummy. Can I eat it? So cute. Balloon. Take your Anna.
Balloon. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening. This has been the AfroMattt Show. If you enjoyed, please share with a friend. If you didn't enjoy, tell me why in the comments, because there's no reason. Take care. Also, this episode was written by AI because I'm on strike. I did not cross the picket line. Goodbye.